Hey guys, it's Quinn with PTSD while black, getting ready for bed. Got bonded on. Um, yeah, I just wanted to talk about because I had a very activating experience today dealing with like stuff that doesn't even, it's annoying. Anyway, dealing with annoying stuff. Hey there, thanks for being here. So it was just being activated, being triggered, and being on edge. Um, it's just a waste of time and energy. But that's what I was experiencing today. And what I wanted to talk about is ambient abuse, which I've just recently become aware of that term thanks to a friend. Um, I have a lot of friends who are therapists. I just realized that. But ambient abuse is where an abuser will do very subtle gaslighting, subtle little behaviors to make the target feel like they are out of control, that they're crazy, that they don't understand what's going on. That's what ambient abuse is. And I've experienced this recently in the past few months dealing with cyber stalking and being gang stalked. And something that the abusers would do, I was on this karaoke app. It's called Smule. Great app if you like to sing, but do not join any of the chat groups. That's where the abuse happened for me. I would not recommend it. Just go sing, do your own thing. And the acting community is where I experienced a lot of the abuse is from the acting community. Um, I love to sing and act. I was having fun. I would do improv there. It was great. And actually, being on the app did help a lot with my PTSD because I was able to sing songs expressing whatever my emotions were that day. If I was angry, I could sing some death metal. If I was sad, I could sing a sad love ballad or something like that. Um, I could really just get the emotions out. So being on the app was great for my PTSD in that way. I could also act out sad scenes if I was depressed, and it really helped because it was just getting the emotions out of me, even if it wasn't exactly the same scenario that I was going through. It was just the emotions are what mattered. It was really healthy for me for a while until I joined a chat group. Um, and in that group, there are people who do voice acting on the app, and I wanted to do group voice acting scenes with other people. So I was like, yeah, that sounds like fun. And there are people who coordinate those things, but what I've experienced is on this particular app, there are some people who, one, I I think that they think that they own it because they've been there for a while. Um, I kind of got that vibe, and that they can do whatever they want to people on it. There's some people like that, sadly, and ambient abuse is something where there will be like subtle abuse, like banging on walls or slamming doors in the house to rouse up the target or to gently suggest things that the target doesn't know what they're like you don't know what you're talking about, your experience isn't real, your experience doesn't matter. That's what ambient abuse is. And in the form I received on this app, was because I called someone out as being, there's so much, there's so much, but I called someone out as upholding white supremacy when not discussing or holding someone accountable for copying off of a black woman who's acting just to help with her trauma, or upholding discrimination around differing ability people when not saying, hey, you really shouldn't do that. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because this was a guy who said that he loved me. He was a guy who said that he cared about me. He said that he was woke. That's why I wanted to talk to him. I wanted to talk to woke people. I'm like, yeah, cool. But that was really just his way in to get to like uh, take down your guard or whatever. Um, thought it was weird that he said that he loved me all the time. He's like, oh, I say that to all my friends. I'm like, yeah, okay, that just feels weird for me. Um, but I'm like, if you're saying that you love me, and not everybody loves me the way that I've had to come love me. But if you're saying that you love me, you would not stand by while hurtful behavior is being done towards me. That's not what I want for the people to be around me. So there was that. But because I told him he was upholding white supremacy, he took that very offensive and um, spread rumors and got people to gang stalk me, hacked my computer and my phone. Okay. So in the gang stalking on the app, what would happen is, though I was not talking to this person and I had them blocked, I would receive messages where you can send somebody a song or an acting scene, and it was something to deal with either conversations that he and I had or about someone being crazy or deranged or about a character that I played being killed. Um, it's very subtle and childish to me, honestly. It's like a childish attempt at hurting someone. But I think what was so hurtful for me was because these are people that I really wanted to work with. I really wanted to collaborate with. I wanted to create with. And this behavior broke my heart. It broke my heart that people that I really wanted to collaborate with, that I cared about, that I'd taken the time to listen to their sob stories, they took the time to listen to mine, you know, that they would do this to me. And so that was already the wound. So to see them send me the scenes of, oh, this is you dying, or this is your soul being torn apart kind of stuff. They love doing the Hellraiser scene. I love Hellraiser, but they're making it out as if when my screams are my soul being torn apart. It's so but there was that, and there were songs that were really about what I'd gone through with this guy. Um, by the way, I'm married. He was married. Uh, I know that we're acting. He took it as more than acting, and I got my heart hurt because it's like I started going, "Does he love me?" Because he was getting jealous of who I was acting with. So that's all that root stuff. So that ambient abuse was the weird messages or weird chats or weird songs that are subtle. Um, then there's what they're doing on TikTok and on YouTube towards me, which are targeted videos on the For You page of TikTok or on the homepage of YouTube. Targeted videos about discussions that we've had, or calling someone fat or crazy, or um, different like mental issues and stuff like that. Or on TikTok, that was where it was much more aggressive. There were videos, because For You just kind of comes up with whatever's next. Were videos of people saying it's comedy, but at the same time they're saying, I could get away with killing you, and I don't have to tell anyone about it. No, or no one would know that I did it, that I got away with it. Or about human trafficking. The human trafficking ones really were just um, human trafficking and grandmas getting shot with Nerf guns. It's kind of like a and oh yeah, and snitches get stitches. People doing skits of that. Um, so it was like back to back, and I screen captured some of those things. And that's something that you would do to combat ambient abuse, is to verify what is your reality, what is your real experience, what really are you seeing, and recognizing that this is coming from people who do not mean you well. Um, the stuff, I'm 41, so the stuff is really childish to me. But what was hurtful is that I cared about these people. I cared once about these people, and that they would do these things. But the ambient abuse part of this is, oh, it's just these subtle little things. We can just say it's a joke, or I didn't mean it. Ha ha ha. You're just overreacting. You're too sensitive. These are just like a series of gaslighting that the gaslighters will do. Um, And what they like to do is to take paternal control over the target of doing things like making decisions for their target, or in my case, deciding which websites I could and could not access, including voice acting websites. They had me blocked from going to voice acting websites, doing auditions, and they'd suppressed my voice acting page, which is hypnoquinn_VA, um, on Instagram and TikTok. And they were really just controlling what I could and could not do on my own damn computer a lot. They were also trying to damage my ability to record on my computer. So all of this was going on, and that's the ambient abuse. It's not overt, we're going to come kill you, actual threats, but it's just like these soft, subtle things. But it still hurts. That's just it. I want to make your reality known to you that it still hurts. It's okay to say that there is pain from this, and it's not okay to take it as well. And so I really appreciate the reminders of validating what is my reality? What am I seeing here? What am I experiencing? When I started doing that in this process, it just helped me to see that, okay, I'm dealing with individuals who do not care about me, who treat me as an object and not as a human being. And I don't like being treated as an object because I'm a human being. I've worked so hard to recover from all these things in my life that I don't accept being treated like an object, that I am valuing my life and I don't need to deal with this, right? Okay. So I'm learning this is what's really going on. Obviously, you don't love someone, you don't care about someone that you're going to torture. And that I don't have to subject myself to these things. I don't. I do not have to do this to myself. And just those little realizations, I'm like, oh, okay. And this is childish behavior. And so even though I cared about these people, the behavior itself was childish. And so it made me sad because I could not be able to interact with people who would behave in this way that's childish and versus being adults towards each other. That's what I wanted to do. Adults have conversations. Adults create solutions together. That's my people. That's who I want. So it helped me to see my reality versus thinking that I needed to feel guilty about not liking these people who were sweet to me at one time. Validating what was going on for me, validating what was really happening for me and the behaviors that were actually going on. And plus, all the rumors and gossip on top of all this, gossip is definitely ambient abuse as well, because the keeping it hush hush kind of behavior, but people treating you differently, it's ambient abuse. And then you, as the person who's going through the abuse, you're having a normal reaction to abnormal behavior. Okay? You're having a normal reaction to behavior that should not be done to anybody, and it's stupid. So the world gets to see you reacting to these little things, which is kind of like if somebody was just jabbing your hand again and again and again and again and again in this one spot. Eventually that would hurt. And you'd be like, no, I don't want that to happen anymore. Or like, somebody punching you in the arm again and again. And you'd be like, hey, stop it. And everybody just sees you saying, hey, stop it. And they're like, what's with them? Crazy. Ew. But no, you're having a real experience. And so this video is more for people who are going through trauma, to be able to honor their own reality and knowing that this is something that gang stalkers do. It's just what they do. It's getting off on seeing someone suffer. Here's the thing I wanted to tell you guys, by the way. You guys are so smart, so clever, so capable. I could only imagine what you could accomplish if you put your interest and energies into co-creating things that improve life for people, for you, for your family, that express what your reality is like. There's so much more that could be accomplished in this versus a cheap joke at someone else's expense, I guess is what I would call it. A thrill, because you're thrill seeking is what you're doing. But I get it. Underdeers and under earners tend to do that to themselves. go thrill seeking because we don't want to deal with ourselves and growing and admitting that we don't know how to do everything in the world, or we don't know how to process how we're feeling. It's so much easier just to go create chaos elsewhere. Um, but I'm going to say this, as I've honored my humanity in this process by naming my reality and who I am and what I'm going through, I can see your humanity too, weirdly. I guess that's why I'm so unbothered by all this stuff, because you're just trying, having a cry for attention and love, which is what we all want, but just not having a healthy way to say, hey, I would like your attention, or hey, I need some loving right now. I need somebody to hold and hug me right now. Just not having the words is what's happening. So I can still weirdly view you with love and compassion and also keep appropriate boundaries of, this behavior is not acceptable. I don't allow people into my inner circle who do these things. So it's kind of a weird paradox. But anyway, so this was a little something to give some love for people who are dealing with PTSD, but it shared just a little bit of love for people who are actually being abusers. Like, what else can you do with those skills and talents? How can you change the things that are hurting your community, the people that you care about? You know, um, yeah, there's so much more that can be accomplished from choosing to be a team together versus tearing each other down. I think that that's something from our society that really just needs to go away, you know? But to each their own. Hope you found something useful in this. I am ready for bedtime. So, till next time, peace.